It's funny how some of these women just have their heads so fucking far up their ass to where they think they got the golden coochie or some shit, and this girl is no different. But as per usual, like every other woman that had a bad relationship, Brittany has to tell the world about how shitty guys are. And you may be asking, who the fuck is this bitch and why the fuck should I care? First of all, you don't have to care about this girl. She isn't even worth a sliver of the infinite amount of memory you have in your brain. Trust me, you're never gonna hear about this girl ever again after this video. But let me give you guys a little TLDR of who Brittany is, just so we can get into the mindset of how this girl thinks. Brittany is a banned Twitch streamer who now streams on YouTube. She also calls herself a IRL shit posters.
Santa's here.
You know, the premium quality of shit posting in IRL. Whenever you go out to these rallies that are for like women's rights or Black Lives Matter, you know that Antifa is probably gonna be there. I don't get why people go there and try to stir up shit knowing that they're probably gonna get hit by one of these little Antifa guys. I'm not saying it's right at all that they should be getting hit by Antifa guys for saying shit. And to be honest, Antifa's a bunch of bitches. It's not even like, yo, bro, you talking all that shit, we throwing down right here. Like, no, they're like a bunch of bitches. They're literally, one guy will pop out of nowhere, like a goddamn Ninja Turtle, hit you over the head with a wrench, and then just run into the crowd. And it's just like, you're saying there, like, yo, what the fuck happened? It's a bitch move. That's all I had to say. It's a bitch move to hit someone and run away, especially when they're not looking, which is exactly what happened to Brittany when she went to one of these rallies. Then I assumed that she either cut this guy or hit him, but obviously she didn't have a bruise on her, seeing that I'm guessing this guy tapped her with a blunt object, not hard enough to leave a bruise, and she just turned around and cut him or some shit. So in one of the videos where she gets arrested for this, you see this guy bleeding saying, yes, I want to press charges, and then Brittany's over there looking pretty good saying that he hit her first. This is just like, as a cop, I'm sorry. I'm like, he's the guy that's bleeding. You look pretty fine to me. And then in another one where she was at the, wait, what is it called? The He Will Not Divide Us little thing that Shia LaBeouf put together. The little art thing, He Will Not Divide Us, for the president and shit. She was literally standing outside in the freezing cold. Yeah, IRL shitposters, they take this to a whole new extreme. You know, me. May say a few words here and there, but I ain't about to stand in the cold. But she literally stood in the cold in front of this camera playing patty cake with a guy with a Make America Great Again hat on. And you know what happens? Live in front of every viewer, her dumbass gets pickpocketed on stream.
I don't have a childhood, so I don't know.
It's like, you're taking this to a whole nother extreme, Brittany. You're putting yourselves in harm's way, getting zero things out of it because no one really respects you at all. And she says she's an IRL shit poster, and we're gonna take this video that she made with a grain of salt, even though it seems pretty, believable that she would think these things. But one of her magnum opus videos is one of her trying her best to debate Destiny. Now, I do have to preface this by saying Destiny is a really good debater, and Brittany does seem slower than the rest of the human society. It seems like she's devolving, but you lose sympathy points, and even just any argument you made in the fucking debate that maybe someone probably understood whenever you have to rely on just calling someone a pedophile. No, Destiny, from what I know, is not a pedophile. I will leave a link to the video in the description so you can watch it. Now, I do have to warn you, this video is 6 hours long. Now, if you want to, you can find shorter versions of it. Just type in Destiny versus Brittany Venti debate or something like that. I'm pretty sure you guys can find shorter versions of this video. Now I bring up her owning libtards because for some reason she tries to use one of their techniques to try to force her opinion onto everyone else. Now you may be asking, what is this technique that liberals use to force their opinions on everyone else? Well, she uses her feelings as facts. I mean, like, you know what they say, you can't beat them, join them. And obviously Brittany's taking a whole page page out of that book. You know what? Just fuck the page. She took the whole chapter out of that book. That bitch took it, flipped it, and tried to reverse it like she was Missy Elliott. Now, before we get in this video, you guys think, oh, he's defending SJWs or he's defending Republicans. It's like, nope, don't care for either side. I'm just a guy that goes my own way. I just like to make fun of both sides whenever I get the chance to. Now, let's get into this video.
A long time ago, I made the decision to no longer date men who watch pornography, and I stand by that decision. I see that a lot of women are being told that they will never have a boyfriend or find a husband if they rely on the fact that they don't watch pornography.
Yeah, there's guys that don't watch porn, but that is an incredibly small amount of guys. And usually those are the ultra chads that just snap their fingers and the pussy just appears. It's a Gundam put out a video recently about how a woman got swindled out of 200K because she thought some guy that she was dating was a millionaire, but for some reason he had to use her debit and credit card to pay for shit because there was people after him like he was John Wick or some shit. Somehow he gave her the shittiest excuses ever for her having to pay for shit, and she fell face first into each and every one of them, hook, line, and sinker. This guy probably didn't even have to try. He probably just called her up, yo bitch, I need money. Hold up, let me just play a clip right quick. You guys won't believe how gullible these women are out here.
Celia says Simon told her he was an Israeli millionaire with a nickname, the Prince of Diamonds.
And she fell for that shit? He's an Israeli millionaire. He doesn't even look Israeli. And number two, never, ever, ever trust a man who wears shoes without socks. You know he up to something. I don't know what it is, but it will reveal itself in time. All right? Pro Jared used to wear shoes without socks. Need I say more?
According to Celia, their brief romance turned into a real-life nightmare. Celia alleges Simon defrauded her out of $200,000, leaving her spiraling into debt, suicidal, and fearing for her safety.
He manages to do this because he is a great guy.
That has to be one of the dumbest things I ever heard. He manages to do this because he's a great guy. He swindled you out of $200,000, lied about who he was, sent you in debt, had you fearing for your life, and then after crying about him, a few minutes later she goes, he manages to do this because he's a great guy. No! By default, he's not a great guy. I gotta leave the damn room.
Bitch, fucking do it. I'm gonna do it. Man the fuck up. Man the fuck up.
I don't get how you're gonna call a person that scams you out of 200K a good person either. But let's get back to the point of this video. There are plenty of relationships where the guy and girl don't watch pornography. There's a shit ton of them. It's not like this is a rare thing. And at the same time, usually, you know, they have a decent amount of sex to where they're both satisfied. And at the same time, usually their sex isn't, you know, shit. Cause if the sex is shit, why the fuck would I want to fuck you whenever I could go see some hot ass shit online? It sounds like a more of a you issue if your guy rather watch porn than for you to come home and then fuck you. That seems more of your fault, cause I have never heard of a guy in a relationship that's just like, oh fuck, can't wait to get home so I can beat my dick instead of fucking my girl. That situation I've never heard of or even been in myself. Brittany, I know it's hard for you to admit, but I'm like, maybe, just maybe, you got some whack ass pussy. Just maybe. Maybe, I mean, like, yeah, let's be honest, you are pretty hot. You have, you know, some nice tits. And, I don't know, maybe a nice ass. But at the same time, you can have all that in the world, and you could be fucking like Celestia Vega. Oh my, if you guys don't know who Celestia Vega is, if you're of age, go watch her porn. It is the most boring porn in the fucking world. I don't know how anyone could get off to her shit. Maybe if they were just looking at her, weren't even like put on like another video of a girl moaning, cause like she doesn't even do that. She doesn't even do the bare minimum. At least fake it. I mean, like a sex doll makes more noise than this girl. I'm more aroused from the noise of the bed squeaking than from this bitch.
you know, all men watch pornography, which isn't true, although it is a minority. There are men out there who don't actively partake in pornography, and I hope that some women know that. Like, I know it's like, whoa, wait, what are you saying? There's men who don't watch pornography?
Oh my god, it's almost like Brittany just discovered the NoFap Reddit. Oh, what? Wow, there's men that don't watch pornography? Yes, they also have a Reddit account. It's almost like a couple of years ago, I think, this was actually a pretty big thing. Like, the NoFap thing was actually a pretty big thing. And it's almost like there's a month where you guys take the challenge of NoFap November. I mean, like, hell, if you even go on the social media during November, you see a shit ton of posts of guys trying, like, making memes and shit of NoFap November. It's kind of ridiculous how you're trying to make it sound like guys are just these fiends that'll do anything for the next clip of porn.
Because, you know, this narrative is being pushed that, you know, women have to allow cuckoldry, essentially. Because that's what pornography is, in my opinion. Like, if you're in a relationship and somebody else is sexually getting off to somebody else, to me, that feels like cuckoldry, and I'm not okay with it. And a lot of women are like me, where they're not okay with that, and it makes them feel uncomfortable.
Bro, right now I feel like a teacher that's getting sick and tired of my students just making up shit. Please source your sightings so I can double check your bullshit so I don't have to Google this. Oh my fucking god. Lazier than a motherfucking 12th grader. Hell, I'll be the first one to admit it. I practically slept through every class whenever I was in 12th grade, and I still passed somehow. I mean, like, the information that I learned was not useful at all. Why the fuck would I care about the Pythagorean theorem? That motherfucker ain't give birth to me. I don't owe him no loyalty. But back to my main point. There is no narrative that women have to allow guys to watch porn. I'm like, yes, it will be harder to find a guy that doesn't watch porn. At the same time, if you get outside your house every once in a while, I don't know, go to a bar or some shit, you could probably find one, Brittany. It's not that hard. I'm like, at the same time, you have to communicate with people what you want in this relationship. But probably knowing Brittany, she probably just wants to play mind games and hopes that, yeah, I don't know, whatever guy she's talking to is Martian Manhunter and he just knows what she's thinking. Like, oh man, she doesn't like fucking guys that watch porn. I gotta make sure I don't watch porn.
12 seconds later.
It's like, no, you gotta tell the guy that, you know, in a relationship, I'm looking for a guy that doesn't watch porn. I mean, like, it's not that hard. Communication is key.
I've seen so many stories where women will catch their boyfriends watching cam girls pornography, and it'll be a girl that's the exact opposite of them. So if the girlfriend is skinny, very lean and tall, maybe the girl they're watching will be short and very curvy, the complete opposite. And I can see why that's hurtful.
Oh my god. Wait, are you saying that people don't just like one certain type of person? They like multiple different types of people? So Brittany, are you telling me that if I'm watching someone that is exactly the same as you, that's alright, but if she's completely different, if I'm just like, you know, I want to watch a skinny tall girl from the WNBA, oh my god, that's the worst thing in the world. But if I watch a girl that's short and curvy like you, that's perfectly fine. Babe, go ahead. How insecure do you have to be to not realize that people like different kind of people? Brittany, you may have a boyfriend that doesn't have a beard, but does that mean that you think beards are gross? No, obviously I don't know what your fucking preference is. I'm just saying. But honestly, you're gonna be like, if he had a beard, that'd be cool. I'm like, but he doesn't. That's still cool. He's still hot. Oh, what? My boyfriend doesn't have he's fit, but he doesn't have like 6-pack. Am I gonna say if he did have 6 packs? Am I gonna say that's gross? I don't know. It's all in your preference.
And I'm sure you guys can understand why too, why pornography can be kind of hurtful to women. And no, it doesn't just mean, oh, you're insecure, bro. Just like let your man jerk off to every woman he sees. I don't think that's an argument at all. And what if I was insecure? Does that give my boyfriend the right to make me feel like I'm in a cuckold while he goes and jerks his chicken off to another woman?
I mean, like, this bitch really thinks the sun shines out her goddamn ass. She really thinks her man is only thinking about her all goddamn day. Listen here, women and other guys that may be insecure, you thinking to yourself that, oh my god, I'm not the only one for my guy. There might be someone else out there for him. You're right, because guess what? At the end of the day, if you break up with your boyfriend, he's definitely not gonna be, oh, woe's me, I gotta kill myself now. There's no one else out there. He's gonna go out there and slay some more pussy, my girl. He's not gonna be stuck inside all day just thinking, oh, how am I gonna go on? There's no one else in the world for me. It's ridiculous to think, oh, I'm the only person in the world that this person likes. It's madness. You know that's not true. They know that's not true. Let's be grown adults here and realize that, you know, as humans, we're not really that monogamous. At the end of the day, we're gonna get sick and tired of each other after a while. I'm like, some people, they do, you know, last, but a lot of relationships, they don't. You know, not everything will work out. Not every guy's gonna be your perfect one. Some are just gonna be a quick time, no long team.
It doesn't sit right with me, the fact that knowing that there's other women out there who feel like this, and they're, you know, some of them fall for the meme and they're like, okay, well, I guess I just have to allow myself to feel like shit because my boyfriend is going and, you know, donating to a cam girl or jerking off to pornography in front of my face instead of having sex with me.
This bitch is mad because she probably has some whack ass pussy and her boyfriend decided to go watch porn instead of fuck her. No amount of lubrication can rejuvenate this salt lake. It's over, baby. I wonder if she's talking about him jacking off in front of her face like, what you gonna do about it? Just standing there looking at me. Oh yeah, you must like that. But obviously, she probably did have some whack ass pussy, and her boyfriend did not want that anymore. So one day, he just decided, you know what, fuck it. I don't even give a fuck. I'm gonna just turn on the porno right here, right in front of you, and I'm gonna just start beating my dick just to let you know how bad of sex that we have. Now she's just hell-bent on making sure that all girls know not to let their boyfriends to watch porn because she had a bad relationship with one guy that did. I mean, like, this quote from one of the greatest poets of all time really sums up what Britney's boyfriend probably was thinking whenever he was jacking off in front of her.
Oh man, hoes mad, 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 hoes mad.
But in defense of Britney, I would be looking down towards my significant other if they're donating to a cam girl. I was like, you could easily just look it up or find a download or some shit of this bitch's porn and just skip to the good part, get off and just walk away for free. Also, another thing, who the fuck has time to wait for these cam girls to start the show? Jesus fucking Christ, do those cam girls take their sweetest fucking time. Like, I never donated. Like, no, like, I never donated, especially when I was younger, because I never had no money to. But oh my god, especially like some guy, oh yeah, I'm gonna come in with my fucking Arabic oil money, big black oil money, and just donate the full amount to this girl. For some reason, it takes her 10 minutes to set this shit up. It's like, bitch, you could have had this shit in the corner already set up before the stream even happened. But I cannot fathom or think of a possibility of a guy just like, I'm horny, she's horny, but you know what? My favorite cam girl's on right now. Like, this is like Twitch or some shit. Oh shit! Bitch 223 just went live. She has a dildo in her ass tonight. I can't believe this. Babe, I'm sorry, I could get some pussy for free, but I gotta go pay for this shit. I'm coming out, bitch.
I guess that's how it is now. Be progressive. I think it would be helpful for not only society, but for individual women that feel how I feel, if you just put your foot down and say no pornography, or no, I'm not going to be in a relationship with you if you watch pornography.
That is perfectly fine. There's zero reason for you to basically not tell him what you want in this relationship. At the same time, you got to take what he wants in his relationship too. I'm like, you just can't be like, oh, this is just about me. Obviously, if he wants to watch pornography, and if you don't, obviously, you're gonna have to break up with him if you don't want him to watch pornography. There is no ifs, ands, but about it. You have to be alpha as fuck and put your foot down like you said. No pornography, meaning if you watch it, I'm breaking up with you. I mean, like, if he watches it, well, you gotta break up with him. It's just that simple.
There's a lot of reasons you shouldn't watch pornography in general. There's a lot of statistics out there. It warps your perception of reality, affects your sex life. It can be addictive. There's many things, but I'm not going to go into that. I'm just going off of what I feel and what I see.
Unlike Britney, I can at least take the 2 seconds out of my day to Google search benefits for watching porn. And I'm not saying I'm a professional researcher, but I mean, like, usually Google tries their best to like make sure that the things that they're putting on top are like somewhat true. So I'm gonna take this first link from the Daily Dot. I'm gonna put the link to it in the description if you want to read the whole thing. I'm just gonna read one of the benefits of watching porn. Despite the many studies claiming that porn is bad for your brain and your relationships, there are just as many studies saying that porn does not cause irrevocable harm to your brain or your sex life. In fact, it might even be kind of good for you. In a paper from 2008, 2 Danish researchers concluded from a survey of 688 Danish adults that porn did not yield any negative mental or health effects. In fact, the research found a positive collection between the subject's porn viewing and an increased sexual satisfaction, as well as a self-reported benefit in other areas of their lives. You see, Brittany, it's not that hard finding sources and putting them into the video. I'm like, even if you only use OBS and Movie Maker, you can still put together a pretty decent video with your evidence in there, or if you just even link it in the description below. I mean, like, it's not that hard, but you know, it takes a little bit of time and effort, and also just a general curiosity of, are my feelings valid, instead of just using them as facts.
Personally, I'm not going to allow myself to be gaslit into believing that men watching pornography while being in a relationship with me is just how it is, because it's not, and it's not going to be how it will be. I'd rather be single, in all honesty. Pornography can be very hurtful to a lot of women. I know there's women out there who legitimately don't have a problem with it because, you know, you're a free spirit or whatever.
Wow, Brittany, just so classy. You're really making your point, you know, trying to shame the women who don't have a problem with their boyfriends watching porn, or them even watching porn themselves. You know, you're really making it easy for us to sympathize with you, Brittany. You know, just trying to shame and mock women who just generally like porn and don't mind it at all. No one at all is gaslighting anyone about saying their significant other is just gonna be watching porn in their relationship. I have never, if ever, heard that conversation come from male or female at all. Like, I don't know what kind of talks you have with your friends or whatever, Brittany, but legitimately, there are a shit ton of girls that don't mind if their boyfriend watches porn. There's a shit ton of girls that watch porn with their boyfriends. I know. These free spirits, there's more of them than you think there are, Brittany. And the ones that don't like porn, don't watch it. Nor do they care if their boyfriends watch it. Just as long as it's not in front of them, they could give 2 shits.
But for those of us who want commitment, we have a little bit of a problem with that. And it does, watching pornography is directly conflicting with commitment. And I know a lot of people are gonna think that's a hot take and disagree with that and be like, my husband never cheated on me, he watched pornography. But like, I think watching pornography on some level is kind of conflicting with loyalty.
I know, Brittany, this may come to a shock to you, but humans aren't really that monogamous. Yeah, that's why your first boyfriend probably isn't the one that's gonna be with you forever. And that's why, even if, I don't know, your third boyfriend took your virginity, you're probably not even gonna be with him forever either. Yeah, I know it's weird, but humans like other humans. But also, Brittany, if you put as much effort into getting out of your house, going out and trying to find a nice guy that doesn't masturbate, as you did into this fucking video, you could probably find one. I mean, I don't know where you find this mythical creature of a guy that doesn't masturbate. I mean, like, yes, we looked at NoFap, but let's be honest. I'm pretty sure like half of those guys, if not 90% of them, are like fabricating their numbers. Some of them may actually be legit, but for the most part, I'm just looking at it just like, I know this man probably nutted. And he just like, you know what? Today's my cheat day. Like, he's fucking working out or some shit.
So yeah, I'm not going to date men who watch pornography. And I'm not saying if a guy's ever watched pornography, I won't date them. Of course not. Everyone has seen pornography because it's so readily accessible, which is why it's such an issue to begin with. But I'm not going to be in a relationship with you if you watch it. I remember when my ex tried to push pornography onto me, like, you know, like it was a group participation thing. Like, same thing with threesomes. Like, that's just no. And women are just pushed into believing these things are like If you're not into it, you're gonna be single forever, and it's just not true, and women need to stop accepting it, because the more women pretend to be okay with it, with the ones who do, who feel like me, the worse you're making the problem, and the more you're encouraging men to watch pornography, and it's just really good for nobody involved. So, yeah, that's my hot take. Enjoy.
Alright, this is the end of her video, but I want to just like add something right here, something that Brittany just doesn't get through her head. Now, at the end of the day, you could marry someone that could be with you for over 40 years, you guys could die together, but at the end of the day, I'm pretty sure at some point that person is masturbating more times than you think they are to porn. There's like zero reasons for them not to masturbate whenever they're horny as fuck and you're not there. There's zero reason. There's no repercussions, especially if they use incognito mode. You won't be the wiser. You would think, oh man, I found the right one, when in reality, he's just like the rest of us. Dirty little pigs that love our mud. But this is the end of the video, you guys, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. And also, I want to know, would you ever be in a relationship with a woman or man that masturbates? Tell me in the comments below. I would love to hear your guys' hot takes on this. Also, you guys, if you guys want to keep up with me, join my Discord. Link is in the description below. I love talking to you guys in there. We're actually building a pretty nice community there, and I would love to get more of you guys in. Also, I've been streaming on Twitch. If you guys want to come chat with me and chill with me and everyone else that's in my chat, I would love to see some new names in there. Also, you guys, I know I ask this all the time, but don't forget to subscribe, and also please ring that notification bell, because at this point YouTube is just bending me over and fucking me in the ass. Also, I've been hearing about the new algorithm being click-through rates, meaning the more people that click through my videos, the more I'm recommended. And I would just love for you guys to just be notified about all my new videos. Even if you're not interested in it, maybe, you know, watch a little bit of it. Hopefully it piques your curiosity a little bit so you can stay a little longer. It helps me out a lot when you guys watch for longer periods of time. But other than that, I'll see you guys in the next video.